Hackmania.com, promo code WATP. We're going to be in Las Vegas May 9th through 11th. I'll be there May 8th. Come down a day early. Hang out with us. We're going to have a blast. Live podcasts. Maybe Nick or Kato will be there. We don't know. But come down. Check out Hackmania.com for more information.
Who are these podcasts? WATP.
I actually got a call from my buddy Vinny Paulino from the Creep Off today. And he goes, Carl, and this just happened a couple hours ago. He goes, Carl, you got to listen to Howard Stern today. You can't believe what he's doing. So it starts off. Now, we're going to get right into it, but I just want to play this because I went back and listened to it based on his recommendation. And Howard's talking about, him and Beth live in this house that's the size of a hotel. It is huge. And people have theories that they don't even see each other in this place. Like she's on one wing, he's on another wing. They definitely don't share a bedroom. And he's complaining about the Sonos system. He says, I don't listen to music at home because I can't figure it out. But Beth likes to use the Sonos system, and they've been having issues with it.
But then she'll call me every night. The Sonos doesn't work. And I just go, Then I got to get on then I have to, because she's like, just fuck it. I don't care. And I know she cares. And then I get involved and I'm making phone calls and everyone's like, well, that's because, I go, how do we make this thing work on a consistent basis?
All right. The reason why I played that is two reasons. One, I also have problems with my Sonos system, and I fucking hate it. It really does suck. I was so excited when I set it all up, and it's been nothing but problems since. It's been a while since I've had a problem with it, but still, it's very annoying with the upgrades, and they don't discontinue shit. Anyway, so I feel his pain. But did you hear what he said there at the beginning?
But then she'll call me every night.
Beth calls him every night to tell him the Sonos system isn't working.
What is it this time, Beth?
Why is she call? I live with my wife. I've never called her when we're at home to explain a problem that I'm having.
No, but you two battle over the Sonos for sure.
We do battle over the Sonos. That will happen.
That's fun to listen
But
to.
we're in the same room.
Yes, you are.
While we're doing it. So I just thought that was a little more evidence. Like sometimes he lets these things slip out where it's like, oh, there's phone calls going on in order to communicate within the house.
Which wing are you in, anyways?
Right, yeah, right. I've been looking all over for you. How long have you been looking? A week. Fair enough. All right, but the reason why I'm playing these clips of Howard is because he has all these guitars. And all these people gift him guitars, and he's got some really nice guitars. And the thing about guitars, you have to keep them in the right humidity, especially when you get really nice instruments. And if you don't do that, they can get warped, they can get brittle, a lot of problems can happen if they're not in the right environment. And so he's complaining about how this room's at 35%, supposed to be between 45 and 55, and he has to move the guitars over to this room, and he wants to transport them down to Florida, and doesn't know how to transport them in order to keep the humidity in the right place. And so this goes on and on and on. I don't have any clips of that. That summarizes it very well. But as he's talking about that, he's talking about how he plays guitar, and he's telling Robin about this.
Yeah, like I'm a really shitty guitar player. I mean, I'm a beginner. I'm like what a kid sounds like when he first gets his first guitar. I'm like what Keith Richards sounded like in 5th grade.
I don't know that that's true. He's a genius, and that was meant to
he's
be
probably
his
better.
Instrument. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So we're doing this still. Howard's 71. He's still pretending he's a beginner as a guitarist. I've been listening to him play guitar on the radio for 20 years. And hey, I learned this song and I learned that song. And now he's complaining that he's still a beginner. Howard never evolves his shtick. It's just the same fucking thing. And then my dad told me I would never amount to anything, and they wouldn't let me leave the neighborhood I grew up in, even though it's like, yeah. What else is going on, Howard? You must be doing something new, right? But no, according to him, he's a beginner. DeWared Christian in the Discord posts a picture of the cheap Epiphones. That's the set that he's on. Those aren't his guitars. He has actually very nice guitars. But he has guitars on his set when he's doing his video show. So here's the problem and the reason why Howard's still a beginner.
And then I'm on the internet all day watching guys who are guitar teachers, or at least they claim to be. They seem very knowledgeable. And then their whole rap is like, if you want to get good, you got to practice. And you got to practice like 2 hours a day. Now, I got a job and responsibilities. And
you barely have a job and you don't have any responsibilities. He's acting like he doesn't have time to practice the guitar. All he has is free time. He works from home 3 days a week when he's working. which is rare, few and far between. But he has no time to rehearse, which is insulting to the audience.
Carl, if he was practicing, then he couldn't be a beginner anymore.
Well, I think that's what it
true.
comes down to, right? Yeah, he has to act like it's not my fault. I can't play the guitar at all. And also, the audience that he has now, you can tell by the callers that call in. It's these older women who are yentas, people he used to make fun of. And they also have nothing to do all day and act like they're busy. So I think he speaks to them just like, yeah, I know. I had to go and play bridge with my friends today. I think there was laundry. Maybe that was yesterday, but still, it's very busy what we're doing. So then he's talking about this Led Zeppelin documentary he was watching. And he's showing Jimmy Page playing Kashmir. And he starts showing Robin that he can play it a little bit. And this is just an example of Robin sucking. She is I don't know how you can be this bad at broadcasting when you've been doing it for this long.
Oh, my God. I don't know. I noodle around all day. Nothing happens.
You don't even get noodles. You don't even get something to eat.
No.
You get nothing.
So Jimmy Page is like, yeah, I was noodling. I can't with this riff. And Howard goes, I noodle. I don't come up with any riffs. Yeah, you don't even get noodles.
Does anybody remember laughter?
Robin, is that because it's the same word? Is that why you think that's funny? Why doesn't she stop herself from talking? Ever. That's the thing that...
Because she never gets corrected on this.
Right. If that came into my head, there's no way I would spit that out of my mouth.
No, I would leave.
Right. Someone would call me on my bullshit. Maybe not Brandon. You know, he's a guest here. He'd be polite. But someone would call me on my bullshit. I would imagine.
And Howard's been playing the guitar for 20 plus years, and that's what he sounds like?
Well, we find out he has a very specific way that he practices because he's obsessed with watching people on the internet tell you how to learn guitar. And I'll tell you, YouTube is a phenomenal resource to learn guitar, lessons, the way to practice, the way to learn songs.
We've learned songs on the way to rehearsal in our cars
it's
because
fantastic.
of YouTube. Yes.
I love it for that. But Howard, I don't know that he's getting the best advice because this is what he's been working on, Brandon.
And he says, learn where every fucking note is. So I go, that's probably useful. It makes sense. So, you know.
You did that, right?
Well, I'm in the middle. It's not the easiest thing in the world. But I know where all the notes are now. I did what the guy said. I bought his book.
Now listen to this. And this is the reason why Vinny had to call me. Because this is a radio show. This is not just a radio show. It's the Howard Stern Show in 2025. Imagine this.
And here's all the A's, for example. You're looking at this, you're like, where the fuck is the A, right? The same with me. What do I know?
I wouldn't even know what's supposed to be there.
All right, so.
No.
All right.
That's all your A's.
That's dumb. Not
So
going to
then
keep
you go
going,
to
are
B.
you? Oh, now we got B's.
Wow.
Okay.
What about C, Howard?
I'm rolling now. So now I know where
Well,
every.
there's 20. No, there's not 26 letters.
No, but you got to know your sharps and your flats.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Robin's like, can you play a J? Can you play an L? She thought there were 26. She's really stupid. But this...
I
Brandon,
said, what good is knowing where all the notes are if you can't play a fucking song to save your life?
I know. I think he's doing this wrong. When I was younger, I used to teach guitar a little bit, and I would always teach people like riffs they wanted to learn. Because I think that gets people more into it. Then you can go back and figure out what the notes are and the scales
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. But you want to start with like feeling like you're accomplishing something. Like, hey, what song do you like? All right, I'll show you how to play it. And then you learn how to play it. And then, but this guy's sitting there memorizing where all the A's and the B's and the C's are on the fretboard. And this goes on.
So then, okay, where's your C?
And he's like proud of himself. He's like showing Robin, like, look at I found all the C's.
I know where every C is.
Very good.
Okay.
What about
I'm
D?
becoming better already.
Okay. Can you do
But where's all the
Can you
D's?
do
Where's the
12?
D's? Where's the D's?
Even Robin's like, yeah. Speed of the log here. We get it. And he's going through every fucking note. Give him this. That guitar's a
All
tune.
right. Where's the E?
Yeah, like Southern John.
He's not doing the accidentals
on and
either,
so
so,
forth, all the way
there's
down
going to
the
be
line.
7.
F.
He's really going through every note.
Excuse me, that was an F sharp.
Okay. All right, you caught yourself.
There's your Fs.
What about G? Let's hear it for G.
So, and then, okay, sharps. Here's the C sharp.
All right, sharps. Let's go. C sharp.
And so on and so
And
forth.
so now you go on and on and
finally
on. How
realized
many
it's
of
too
these
much.
things are there?
Well,
How
you've
many
got 12.
notes?
You've got
Yes.
all the. Wait, I'm not. Sharps are flats as well. Like an A sharp is a B flat. So.
Music
You got to
theory for
learn
dummies.
where all your sharps and all your flats are. Exactly. It's enough to
Yeah.
blow your fucking mind. So now I know every one of them. I can do them at 40 beats per minute. I know. I can look at a fretboard and tell you where every note is.
He's so proud of himself. This is like him coming home to his mom and being like, "What did you learn today when you did your lesson?" I know where all the A's are. Let me show you. And now I also know the B's. Let me show you. It's like, yeah, that's great. That's great. I can tell you figured that out.
Back when I was listening to Stern,
Yes.
he was into chess. That was a new
Right.
thing, and this is actually more interesting than that. That was so painful every fucking day with the chess, and I love chess.
I know you're a huge fan of chess. I
Yes.
used to listen to all the chess talk that he would have, and it was always just the airing of grievances. And I go on this site, and they give you this timer, and then this guy I was playing, it's like, all right, if you don't enjoy it, then stop.
Exactly.
What are you doing then? He was never good enough. He'd always lose, and he never liked it.
Why would he want to play the guitar if that's how he's going to play it? It sucks all the fun out of it.
No, you have to learn where every note is on the fretboard and show to your co-host that you know where they all are and demonstrate that.
Like, I'm not going to teach you any songs until you get some calluses on those fingers.
I like the fact that Robin goes, so wait, how many notes are there? Do people not know how many notes there are? Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. There's 12. Okay. So then Robin says, okay, so what does that do for you? Knowing where all these notes are.
Excellent
question.
question.
Not a bad follow-up question.
I still suck, but I still
I was
suck.
going to say, what does that do for you?
Nothing.
Okay. So even Howard's just like, yeah, I don't know. I learned all this stuff. It's taken me all this time to memorize it. It's done nothing for me. But now he's going to correct himself and explain why it has helped him.
No, I'm being sarcastic. Actually, it helps because when you start to play notes up here, and someone says play a D, you can play it up here.
Mm-hmm.
You could play it. You could play a D here. Maybe I'll play it here. You know what I mean? If I'm reading sheet music, I can play it in different positions up the neck.
Okay. He's reading sheet music. I like the fact that he goes, if someone tells me to play a D, I played guitar for a long time. Never had someone tell me like, play a D.
That was what I was going to. Somebody might tell you to play a particular chord, but
Or
nobody's
the
ever just like,
key,
Yeah,
Hey.
D of.
yeah, right. What should I play here? Try a D. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's it. Cool. Thanks. Good song. So now he's talking about reading music. Talk about sucking the fun out of playing guitar. Listen to this.
Like for example, if I play,
what's all that gobbledygook on the sheet music? It tells you this D, right?
not always, unless you go with tablature, which is a whole other study. Which I read music. I don't need the tab that much.
Do you see how we've evolved from I'm a beginner, I don't know what I'm doing, to now he's like puffing his chest out. I know where all the notes are. I read sheet music. I don't need tablature.
Which is a whole nother study.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually the opposite of that.
Right. So he is now like bragging about being really good at guitar. And it started off with like humble Howard. I don't know what I'm doing. I have all these nice guitars. I don't know what to do with them. Now he's showing off. And because he knows where every note is, he can play stuff in different places, different positions on the neck, as it's been told.
You see what I'm saying? Now I'm suddenly
Right.
up into the middle of it. So because I know where the notes are, I can not effortlessly, nothing is effortlessly, but I can move that little musical thing around.
Around. Now, let
Yeah.
me ask you something.
Okay.
Because
Why
I've
are we
seen
talking about
guys
this?
playing way up the neck.
Yes. So maybe I want to start.
Yeah.
So maybe since I know that's what note does that start on? It starts on an A, right? So because I know where every note is, right?
Yeah.
There's an A. There's an A. Maybe I'll start it here. Because this A is the same as that A.
What's he
Right, well-
starting though?
So I could maybe, You know, I could do it here. You understand what I'm saying?
I sort of understand what you're saying.
No. I mean, it's not...
You know, I just realized something. I'm just realizing this now. This is just like therapy.
Yep.
So when he talks to people, he's the therapist. Now he's telling Robin about his guitar, and now he's the guitar teacher.
Right.
He sucks the fun and the reason why we live our lives. The reason why we live our lives is not to dwell on our upbringing and be concerned about our parents and ask everyone else if they're concerned about their parents and their upbringing and what the baggage they're still carrying around with them. It's about living free and enjoying your life. And music is about playing music that you enjoy. Yeah. And listen, one of the best guitarists I know, Bill Kelleher, knows nothing about music theory, doesn't give a fuck. Couldn't be bothered with it. He writes amazing riffs that people love and is phenomenal. Yeah. So Howard finds a way to be miserable in everything, even playing guitar. Something that's fun for everyone who does it.
Even at a party with people, he found a way to be miserable.
But he's literally like in the middle of his lesson, like, and then I learned this, Robin, and then I can play it here, and then I can play it here. And this isn't a video. I assume he's moving his hand in different positions. I don't care.
Fred's just hitting a drop.
It's very possible. It's like he's doing a talent show. I know. On a show. What did you learn over the break, Robin? I yodel now. All right, let's go. So I have one more clip on here. And so he's very excited that he's playing Kashmir by Led Zeppelin. And he's showing this off to Robin here.
You know that part that he goes.
Who could forget?
You know that part?
Oh, yeah, I know all of that stuff.
You know that part? Anyway. So Jimmy, that's why Jimmy Page is a genius.
Yeah, because he could write a riff and play it correctly. He brings Fred in after this conversation, and he's talking to Fred about this stuff. And he's like, Fred, do you know where every note is on the fretboard like I do? And Fred's like, I mean, yeah, kind of. It's not the way I look at the fretboard, but yeah, I guess I'd figure it out. And then he goes, by the way, Howard, Kashmir is at 3/4 time. That's why it doesn't sound right. It was kind of funny that finally Fred was sitting there being like so annoyed with watching Howard play the guitar all this time. Just like, you're fucking doing it wrong, you idiots. That's why it doesn't sound right. You moron. Told you not to be stupid, you moron. So that's what Howard's up to on his show. Thanks, Vinny, for giving me a heads up on that. Fucking the opposite of fun over there on the Howard Stern show.
Who are these podcasts? WA